It's an honor to be sitting here with the current USBU light middleweight champion, the Golden Greek, Elias Bouloubassis. Welcome to the program, sir.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Fresh off a big win over Stefan Franklin at the Millersville Club One Fitness. Exciting action fight. You won. After you won the fight, you had your kids in the ring. What did your kids say to you?
Oh my gosh, they just came up, and of course my daughter came and hugged me, and I don't even know what my son said. He's just like me, and he's speaking a million miles an hour, but they were just so excited. And to be honest, like, you're in there, and I'm going to war toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano with another guy. We're trying to kill each other. But as soon as I see my kids, a split second, my heart just melted, man.
So did you see them during the fight, or?
Yeah, actually, they were in my corner, so every round, when I went back to my corner, I'd see my kids, and I'd give him a wink. And my son's tough, so he gives me the look like, Dad, you got this, which my daughter did at first. But, halfway through the round, when I started getting marked up a little bit, my daughter, she had a little worried look on her face. So I knew Daddy's got to turn it up now.
Absolutely. Turn it up you did. Vicious body shots, of course, hooks. What was your game plan going into the fight against Franklin?
Well, our game plan was exactly that, was to rip the body. We wanted to put them deposits, man. We call them body shots and deposits because they're going to pay later. So we knew that it was a 6-round fight. We knew the pace that I bring. Usually a lot of people can't live up to that pace anyway. So if I start dropping these mean body shots, it's going to slow them down, and we're going to get them later in the fight, which ended up coming to be true. In training camp, we just focused on the body, I fell in love with the body. My last fight was the first time I ever actually stopped somebody with a single body shot, because I've always had, like in this fight, going head, body, head, or a body, head, body, but never like a single place body shot. And my last fight before this one, one body shot ended the fight, and we actually have just been, ripping body shots, just really focusing on it. Because the body, a lot of people just forget about that. They look at the headshots. They think, the headshots are more flashy, but the body hurts.
Well, especially with you, because you actually hold the super middleweight world record for fastest knockout with a headshot. So it had to be hard for you to, finally go to the body, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the headshot's the glory. That's when you hit somebody and you hear the crowd like, oh. And that's where it's at. And a lot of times you want that quick knockout like I did in the 15-second, cracking with the headshot, So it was a little bit of a difference for me to even train and practice, really just having a plan to rip the body. But it ended up being my trainer, Wade Briegel. He's the best, man, and his plan worked out.
Absolutely. Also noticed in the Franklin fight, a little bit of disrespect in general from Franklin. First of all, he weighs in 8 pounds over the limits. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just disrespectful. I'm a professional. And, not even in the amateurs is that acceptable. He came in about like 10 pounds overweight. And the thing that made me more mad is that when he got to the gym, I was on the treadmill. I put a half an hour running on the treadmill. When he got there and he just sat in the sauna. And I'm like, and then you're going to be 10 pounds overweight and you don't want to cut weight? So what he did was he sat in the sauna for 5 minutes, came back, stripped butt naked, got on a scale, and weighed like 2 pounds less. So he was 8.5 pounds over the contract limit, which was like 10 pounds over my weigh-in weight, because I came in 1.5 pounds under. That's total disrespect to me, man. And then, the fight starts, and he tries to walk through the ref, straight at me like I'm scared or something. I mean, if I was scared, I wouldn't show up in the ring. And I know that you're in the ring, so I'm in the ring. We're going to do this. I mean, fighters sometimes try to do that mean mug. I mean, I like to smile at them, man, because I'm like, you don't know what's about to happen to you. It's all fun and games, especially with me, because I'm all joking and silly. But when that bell rings, I turn the switch, man. The monster comes out, and it's no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Tell that Marine look comes. You're a Marine Corps veteran, so does that Marine background sort of show its face in the ring?
Oh yeah, most definitely. The Marine Corps has built my whole entire, everything that I have is based on the Marine Corps. I always balance everything with my morals and what I was built up within the Marine Corps. And especially when you go into battle, man, we have one mission, and that's to freaking seek and destroy. There's no negotiating. That's playtime's over when we're in there. And it's the same thing when I fight, man. When I fight, I'm coming to bring it, and I'm trying to get out there early, This time we had a tactical plan, and it worked to the T. But yeah, my Marine Corps training just, really prepares me for my boxing career.
So, do you have any Marine Corps stories you could share with our listeners here?
There's a whole bunch of them that might not be rated PG, but, of course, that was my pre-Christian days. But, yeah, I met a whole bunch. I got to meet President Bush in the White House. I actually supported Bush and supported Clinton also. I was in the presidential helicopter squadron. So we flew around with the president to different areas, protecting them, standing guard, standing duty, supplying parts, really whatever it was the need. I was actually there for the inauguration of Clinton leaving and Bush coming in. And funny story there was it snowed so bad that we did not want to fly the helicopters. And Clinton actually took a limo from D.C. back to New York because that's where Hillary was. So we were basically off the whole week. And I went down to Manhattan, and I ended up being on TRL and Who Wants to Be a VJ on MTV. And my staff sergeant sees me on there because they actually put me on the stage and calls my hotel. And then he says, "You're freaking supposed to be at work, not on freaking TV. We think you're a dang on superstar." And, my response to that was, "Hey, staff sergeant, did you record it?"
You can already tell, great personality. You have a great day job, a great family. Why did you choose the fight game, Bull?
Oh, man, I'm from a family of fighters, and, I've been fighting my whole life. Ever since I could walk, before I could walk, my uncle had a karate school, a Taekwondo and Tang Sudo karate school, ET Karate. It's not here no more, but, so I was in karate from about the age of, 2 to, 14, and I wrestled, and I did, a lot of street fighting, that's not legit, but, I was just a tough kid, man, and, I'm one of them guys that really don't take any BS from anybody, man. I'm not a big guy. I've never been a big guy, but sometimes, so I always knew, my dad always told me, my mom was always like, you better never hit nobody first. They hit you, it's on. My dad was like, that's nonsense. The first punch sometimes ends the fight. You hit them right away. If you're in danger, you hit them, and that's what I did. Back in the day when I was in school, they'd say, step, or go ahead, touch me. You say that to me, you're asking for a right hand. So, I was fighting forever, and then one day in the Marine Corps, one of my buddies, Wilmer Mendoza, he was a prior boxer, and he actually got stationed in Quantico with me, wanted to get back in a boxing gym, and somebody was like, "Hey, I bet you Bull will do it." They knew I was nuts. So I was like, "Yeah, man, let's do it." We went to a boxing gym, started fighting there. I fought actually for the United States, the Virginia State USA Championship, middleweight championship. I didn't know that, but I thought I was just fighting a guy with no fights. 2 months later, I didn't even know if they had a hook yet. And I got in there, man, and I ended up knocking him out in the third round. And after that, I fought in the Golden Gloves. I knocked everybody out throughout the Golden Gloves. Was Golden Glove champ. After that, I was just knocking everybody out. So I went from the guy in the Virginia, D.C. area that everybody wanted to fight. They wanted to fight that white boy. And then it went from where nobody wants to fight it because they don't want to be the one to get knocked out by that white boy.
You were talking earlier about your team. You said you're a best trainer. How'd you pick your team?
Well, my trainer, Wade Briegel, we've been working together since we were amateurs. I was an amateur. And here and there, I was down with Mo Rice down in Baltimore Boxing. And, I live out here in Reisterstown now, and I train at GCOM, Ground Control Owings Mills. And it's hard to get a trainer to come out here. And working with Wade in the past, I worked with him in Ferocity, and we just mend so good. He's like, I hate him between the 3 hours I'm in the gym, man. I tell him that, man. I'm like, goodness, I say, you make me do these stupid drills. You make me do this stupid stuff. Like, what the heck is flipping a bag gonna do? I'm in a boxing ring, man. You're making me run steps. You're making me, But you know what? It all pays off because them stupid drills I told him last night, that's what built my legs so hard. Like, flipping a 130-pound bag, it's just building your quads and stuff like that to where, and Wade knows me, to a T. He knows how hyper I am, how crazy I am. He wants to keep me calm. So that was Wade, and my manager is James Hogan. I've known James for a couple years too, and I didn't get signed by him for about I don't know, 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. I signed with his team. And the reason why I did was because I seen what he's done with other James P.D. Stevenson. My boy Russ Shiflett, man, that's my homeboy. And when Russ went with him, Russ is one of the guys that I look up to too in the boxing. And Russ is a very smart fighter, man, and smart businessman. And I just see how James dealt with his people, and I was like, okay, he's a guy that I could have on my team.
Absolutely. And Russ Shiflett, what's going on with the Bang Time boxing? I know he hurt his shoulder. Is he still going to be fighting?
Nah, Russ is actually retired. He has a retirement party this weekend.
Oh, wow.
I think the 29th. But Bang Time is probably going to continue. John Rollo, me and him are going to talk. After this, we're going to talk and shoot. Maybe I'll be the new Russell on the Bang Time, man. Headline this bad boy. And I got that little hardware around my waist now.
Absolutely. Hard-earned hardware, action fighter. You can, Bull, I'm pulling for it. I know you can do it.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah. Just want to get what else do we want to talk about here? Okay, Bull, so you're an undefeated fighter, 8 wins. What are you looking to improve on, though, as you look to defend your title now?
Really just everything, really. I mean, I'm a humble guy, and I was talking about this yesterday. We all us fighters talk back and forth in the locker rooms, and I said one thing is you can never not be humble. If you're humble, you're always open. You're open-minded. Sometimes in the gym, there's some amateurs come in there, and they do something that I may say, and I say, you know what, I'm gonna try that, and I love it. I'll be like, oh man, that's what's up. I don't look at them like I'm a pro and you're amateur. You know what I mean? I know so much more than you. I mean, I know a lot more because of the experience, but they may do something that I just see that I like. But for me, what I think I can do better is I can do a lot better, man. Sometimes I gotta get out of that killer mentality. My manager James Hogan had us all rolling in the locker room because he said, you know what? He was going over a game plan with me. We're talking about beating the body and all this. And he was like, you know what? Why am I even talking to you about this, Bull? He goes, as soon as this dude hits you, you're just gonna go nuts. He was like, that. There's no game plan with Bull. He goes, Bull goes out there. We tell him, okay, I want you to go out there, man. Work the jab, drop down low, man. Head, body, head. That dude hits you, and it's over. The game plan's out the door. So I just need to. I know I need to work on keeping that Bull contained, and letting him out. But other than that, I'm progressing. I'm maturing as a fighter. But everything, I need to work on a little bit of everything.
It's a great attitude. As a kid, who did you look up to in the fight game?
In the fight game, my favorite boxer of all time is Iron Mike Tyson, man. I loved Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, and it's funny, but my 1A fighter was Evander Holyfield, the real deal, man. And I said it's funny because they were like, rivals and everything, but both of them, man, I loved them. I think Tyson got a raw deal. I think that everybody was out against him. I mean, yeah, he was a rotten kid and locked up all these million times, but when he kind of got saved by Customato, he really didn't get a chance. Everybody was after him, his money and his fame, and it just went downhill. But I think he's the greatest boxer of all time. They say who would win, him or Ali? I don't know. I mean, probably Ali, because Ali got in your head, man. And Tyson is easy to get in his head, but and then you got Evander Real Deal Holyfield, man. A guy that is not a heavyweight, not a size heavyweight. He was a small heavyweight, but man, dude, did he rule the heavyweight division, So those two are my favorites.
All right, so what's next for Elias Bouloubassis, USBU light middleweight champion? What's next?
I don't know. I got to get with my team, and at first I really want to take a little bit of at least a 1 week or 2 week break. I can say it now because the fight's over, but I threw my back out 4 weeks ago, to where most people would have dropped out of the fight, man. I had to go to a chiropractor and I had to take some medicine and all that. But a true fighters fight through that stuff, man. I mean, back in the day, fighters fought with all kind of injuries. I mean, a back injury, this thing really bothered me. Every time I would bounce, I'd feel the sharp pain in the bottom, my left side of my lower back, and that's why I stopped flipping that bag drill, that stupid bag drill, man. We ended that after I threw my back out, and but it was painful. So I have that. I got a little bit of nicks and bruises here and there in my elbows. I got some tendonitis, real bad in my elbows. So, man, I think I'm gonna let them rest a little bit while my team finds out what's going on. I'm looking at November. We got October 20th. We were actually kind of set for the first title defense, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna wait till November, and see what happens. See what my manager has in line, and put a tree in front of me and let me knock it down.
And you will knock it down. If you buy a ticket to your fight, I know that this backstory proves it. You're going to see a great show no matter what.
Most definitely. I mean, that's what I know. These people pay good money, and my job is to put on a show for them. I'm not going to sit there knick-knack, paddywhack, and pity-patter with them. Actually, it was funny because in this fight, you know, it was a great fight, I thought, and but I think I finished every round to where I knew I left no doubt in the judge's mind. I like to see the scorecards, but I think I won every round. And my trainer begged me. He said, "Look, freaking listen to me. You have this in the bag. This guy's trying to knock you out. The only thing he has is to knock you out. Don't give him a shot. Just box this dude." So I did for 2 minutes, and I was thinking in my head. I was like, you know what? As soon as I get open, let me set this shot up so I can end this fight, because these fans want to see a knockout, and so that's what I did.
And the fans saw it. You should have been there. Club 1 Fitness in Millersville. How can the fans follow your career? I know you have a Facebook page. What else? How can fans follow you?
The Facebook is probably the best way. If you go to The Golden Greek on Facebook, you'll see a picture of me. I got some crazy Michael Jackson looking eyes in the picture of my artist from Vendetta Wear. Hook that up. Go ahead and like that page. I update it all the time, and that's the best way to get with me.
All right, everybody support Elias Bouloubassis. Great fighter, local Reisterstown, Maryland native, and be on the lookout for him to defend his USBU light middleweight title. Thank you for joining the program. It's going to be a pleasure to see you fight again, Bull.
Most definitely. Real quick, can I give a shout out to my sponsors? Statewide Bail Bonds, Concrete Custom Jungle Tattoos, Coons Ford of Baltimore, CNR Pub in Fed Hill, Vendetta Wear, and Telus Security.
Go support those people because they support the best fighter in Baltimore.
Yes, sir.